Songline, Celios, and still in the middle. It's down on the kid. Here comes wider out. Serifos and Songline and Celios. Songline, Celios. Late is Schnellmeister, and it's Songline.
Welcome to this episode of Talking Racehorses. I'm the Horse Reactor, and this episode is on Songline. To be honest, I've never heard of her until I recently just found her. You know, I was bored and looking around, and I was just bored, and all of a sudden she came up, but I was on Instagram, and I was just searching around. All of a sudden I found her. I believe that's how I found her, actually. I already don't remember. So then I decided to look her up to see if she was still racing. Apparently she is not. So, anyways, she did run in 3 years. Mostly in Japan, because she's a Japanese filly. She won the Kobe Stakes, the Fuji Stakes in 2021. In 2022, she won the Turf Sprint in the Yasuden Kinen. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And I did hear of this race, the Victoria Mile. That race was also won by another Japanese horse. I'm not going to get to her now. Funny thing, on her Wikipedia, it says that she's brown when she clearly looks like a dark color horse. I'm not even kidding. I mean, like, she looks like a dark bay brown filly or dark black. And she does have a blaze on her face, like a white blaze. Anyways, her career began in a contest that was previously for unraced juveniles. Like, previously unraced juveniles over 1,400 meters on a good ground in Tokyo. And she finished second to Cool Cat in that race by 2.5 lengths. By 2 lengths. But I'm guessing that she did win some races after that. As a 2-year-old, I'm not 100% certain. Also, I think that was probably it. Actually, no, wait. In another race, she was overtaking the favorite Tucson Maloney inside the last 200 meters and drawing away from the field, winning by 3 lengths. That was her last race as a 2-year-old. A 3-year-old, when she was 3 years old, she won the Kubai Stakes. That was over 1,400 meters. Chukyo Racecourse. And she was written to victory by Christophe Lemaire. And she was the 1-9 or 9-1 favorite. And she ran against 10 other fillies. So I'm assuming there was 11 or more. Actually, no way, that it would not be more, because then it would have to say more fillies. So I'm guessing that she was in a field of 11. And also later in her career, in the Grenadier Guards, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, so if I'm not, I apologize. That's 200 meters, 200 meters from the finish line, only to be run down in the final stride and beaten in the nose by Schnellmeister. Is that horse related to Bodemeister? It has Meister in the name. Also, she ran in the Hanshin Cup in December, but she did not do too well. She came in 13th behind Grenadier's Guard. Let me spell that name out. That's Grenadier Guards. I am not 100% certain on how to say that. I didn't even look that horse up till this. Till I made the episode. I only heard of one horse that's in her pedigree. Actually, no, I think I've heard of more than a few, actually. I've heard of Deep Impact. I did that an episode with Mr. Bob on him. Sunday Silence I heard of. Halo. Stormbird. Terlingua. Damascus. Chris K I've heard of. Sunday Silence is on both of her parents. In both of her parents' pedigrees. On the father's side and on the mother's side. Who knew? Anyways, in her 3-year-old year, she won, she still had Christophe Clement. Not Christophe Clement, that's a trainer. Christophe Lemaire. Actually, no, I was telling you about that. That was in her 3-year-old season. Her 4-year-old season, that was in 2022, she was sent to Saudi Arabia to compete in a contest to contest the $1.5 million Sprint Cup over 1,351 meters. Yeah. So, I'm assuming that she did all right because I didn't see any of those races that she did compete in. Also, later that year, she ran in the Victoria Mile, but was 2.5. But she came home 5th, 2.5 lengths behind the winner, who's another Japanese horse I won't mention. And until that horse's episode, her 5-year-old season in 2023. For her first run in 2023, she returned to Saudi Arabia to defend her title. So I'm assuming that she won the Sprint Cup. Yeah, she did. She was under Lemaire again and started as the 15-8 favorite. Wait, what? The heck is 15-8? We usually just hear 15-1. Also, she made her second appearance in the Victoria Mile later that season. And I don't know how she did in that one. Actually, it says here that she won the Victoria Mile. And then she ran in other races that I don't know how to say. So, looks like she had a pretty good career for 4 years. I had to count that up real quick. But hopefully she's living a good retirement. So Songline, if I just have to say, have a good retirement. You ran 15 times, won 7 races, came in 2nd and 2, won 3rd. She didn't win 3rd place, that she got 3rd place only once in her career. And she made a lot of money in earnings. I'm not going to say how much because it's like 3 different sentences for earnings. She also won the Japanese Racing Association Award for Best Older Filly or Mare and another one for Best Miler. Those were both in 2023. Anyways, that's a wrap on this episode of Talking Racehorses. Bye.